Before we dive into this, let me tell you this up front. Ashes of Creation might end up being one of the most ambitious MMORPGs ever made. And that's not marketing talk, that's not hype pulled from trailers, that's just the reality of what this game is trying to accomplish. So if you've ever dreamed about an MMO where the world actually reacts to players, where cities rise and fall based on what you do, and where every server becomes its own living ecosystem, then trust me, stay until the end, because this game goes way deeper than most people realize. Ashes of Creation is a massively multiplayer online RPG, but not in the traditional sense. This isn't a theme park MMO where you follow a preset story and everyone experiences the exact same world. Here, the entire world is built around a node system, basically regions that grow, evolve, and transform depending on player actions. If players complete quests, farm resources, trade, fight, explore, or just exist in a region, that location starts leveling up. It can become a small camp, a village, a town, a city, and eventually a sprawling metropolis. And the crazy part? Every node unlocks different content depending on how players shape it. So the same world can look completely different on two separate servers. That means your costs actually matter in a long-term, meaningful way. The gameplay itself mixes action combat with tab targeting, giving players a hybrid system that feels familiar but also flexible. You can dodge, block, aim abilities, time attacks manually, but you can also use more traditional MMO-style rotations. The combat feels weighty, responsive, and surprisingly tactical. Different classes play very differently. Tanks feel tanky, mages feel explosive and fragile. Rangers rely on spacing and timing, and healers aren't just spamming numbers, they're controlling the flow of battle. What makes the combat stand out to me is how readable the animations are. Every swing has intention, every spell has presence, and particle effects are flashy without becoming visual noise. And yes, Ashes of Creation is fully multiplayer. This is a living, breathing MMO built around cooperation, competition, and large-scale interactions. You'll see co-op everywhere. Dungeon runs, world bosses, caravans, node defense, sieges, trading networks, politics. The entire game thrives on people working together or fighting each other. But what I like is that the game doesn't force you into one style. If you want to be a crafter, you can build your entire identity around that. If you prefer PvP, there's a massive flagging system, battlegrounds, open-world skirmishes, castle sieges, guild wars, basically content on every level. If you love PvE exploration, the world is huge and dangerous with dungeons, raids, and hidden areas that change as nodes develop. Speaking of the world, Vera is gorgeous. The environments are massive, varied, and visually stunning. Forests feel alive, deserts feel wide and harsh, snowy mountains have depth and atmosphere. The lighting is natural and dynamic, shadows move realistically, and the weather effects are genuinely impressive. You can see storms rolling in from miles away, fog settling into valleys, sunlight filtering through trees. It's extremely immersive. And the creature design is fantastic. Some monsters feel mythological, others feel grounded. Some look peaceful until you get too close and they snap into full aggression. When you explore, it doesn't feel like walking through a static zone. It feels like discovering a world with ancient layers and secrets buried under it. The node system also changes the world visually. When a node levels up, buildings start appearing, roads connect regions, merchants arrive, new quests unlock, and even the economy shifts. But what might be the coolest thing is that some content only exists if a specific node type develops. For example, scientific nodes unlock fast travel, while economic ones create marketplaces and trade hubs. Divine nodes bring blessings, and military nodes unlock specialized PvP content. That means if your server builds a scientific metropolis, you may have fast travel, but another server might not, because players built a different type of city. That's the kind of systemic world-building MMOs have been missing for years. One feature that I think will be a major highlight is the caravan system. When you transport goods between nodes, you're not just fast traveling with items. You physically move them across the world with a caravan, and that caravan can be attacked by other players, ambushed by creatures, or protected by your guild. It creates organic PvP encounters that feel meaningful. You're not fighting for a scoreboard, you're fighting for actual resources. And if you win or lose, the economy of the server changes. That level of interactivity is rare. The crafting system is another deep part of the game. Instead of simple grind materials, craft gear, Ashes takes a more organic approach. You gather materials from specific regions, some of which are affected by node growth, weather, season, and world events. Certain resources might be common on one server, but extremely rare on another. And refined goods are vital for trade, city upgrades, siege equipment, and high-tier crafting. This makes crafters actually valuable, not just side roles. Graphically, the game is stunning. Unreal Engine 5 gives it this polished, cinematic look without sacrificing performance. Character models are detailed, animations are fluid, and spell effects look powerful but not overwhelming. The world design is handcrafted with attention to scale. Cities feel massive, landscapes feel open, and dungeons feel ancient and dangerous. What's even cooler is how well the game blends realism with fantasy. You get believable environments, but with creatures and magic that feel like they belong there naturally. One area where Ashes of Creation could truly stand apart is large-scale PvP. Castle sieges involve hundreds of players, complete with siege engines, destructible structures, objectives, and coordinated guild strategies. It's not just a Zerg rush, it's tactical warfare. And if your guild controls a castle, you gain political influence, economic bonuses, and actual power over the region. This gives PvP real stakes, not just cosmetic rewards. But even if you're not into PvP, there's plenty of PvE depth. Boss fights have multiple phases, telegraphs, mechanics that require positioning, and environmental hazards you need to watch out for. Raids feel cinematic, almost like a battle against living, breathing titans. And because nodes change the world, some raids only unlock under specific circumstances, meaning not every server will see the same content at the same time. The story of Ashes of Creation has a mysterious, ancient vibe. Vera is a world ruined by corruption, and humanity returns after thousands of years in exile. There's a sense of rediscovery, like you're exploring a place filled with forgotten history, ruins, and powerful remnants of past civilizations. It's a narrative where exploration feels meaningful. You're reclaiming a world, not just questing through it. What excites me most is how unpredictable the game is going to be. With systems interacting like this, no two servers will ever be the same. Some will be dominated by aggressive PvP guilds, others will focus on trade and economy, others will become diplomatic powerhouses. Some worlds will grow scientifically advanced, others will be rugged frontier regions where danger lurks at every corner. And that replayability, that living world feeling, is something MMOs have been missing for a long time. Ashes of Creation is shaping up to be a massive experiment, one that could either redefine the MMO genre or simply become an incredibly bold step in game design. But based on everything we've seen so far, the ambition is real, the passion is real, and the systems actually look like they work together in ways that make sense. If they pull this off, we might be looking at one of the most unique and immersive MMORPGs ever created. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.